Good evening, everybody. You noticed a whole bunch of interesting things here on the workbench. Holy cow, what's going on? Well, what's going on is it's time for the third part of the PC power and cooling power supply review. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to explain what's going on, and then we'll just keep moving forward. Now, originally, I said I was going to open up this supply for the third part. I decided against doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over what's in here internally and why it matters and how heavy duty it is inside. These power supplies are really built very well. As I said in the last video, we've got 105 degree rated capacitors. We got capacitors that are rated much higher voltage wise than the voltages they'll be expected to see internally. I don't know if you can really see in there very well, but we've got some very large chokes and just very beefy, nice internal components inside that allows us to make sure that this power supply can put out its rated 1200 watts at 50 degrees Celsius. You may be able to notice right now the power supply's fan isn't even spinning. That's because right now it's not even breathing hard. I'm just setting up the crypto mining computer that this power supply is attached to with one video card, and it's not even doing mining operations at the moment. And hopefully a little later on we'll be able to do some tests under load and see how well this works. This power supply, by the way, is rated to drive up to 8 video cards, and we will be testing that later on in further videos. And for those of you that don't know what a video card is, this big expansion card with the lights on the edge is the video card. And what this card does is it allows you to process heavy-duty video, and it also gives us HDMI outputs for the monitor up here, which as you can see is blank. Let me see if I can get that to come alive. There we go. It gives us the outputs for this monitor so we can actually have a display. We're going to be using this card as a high-end processor, though, of cryptographic math in a little while, and we'll actually be using more than one of these cards once the software is installed and configured and tested. And you'll see that in a later video. I'm going to go back to programming the machine, and a little later on we will have the footage of this machine operating under load, and I will be able to cover that. So I will come right back when that is done. Let me bring you over here for a minute, and we can see some of the programming that's going on. I'm actually doing it by remote. Don't know if you can see the screen here, but what's on this screen is all the special software that I'm installing so that this crypto miner can actually mine the cryptocurrency. And the reason I'm doing this as a crypto miner is because crypto miners are highly abusive on video cards and power supplies. So we'll have some interesting things going forward. It takes a while to get the software installed, but as soon as the software is installed and we're ready to do some load testing, I'll bring everybody right back. Good evening, everybody. Now I have the card configured and actually doing cryptocurrency mining, and what we are mining here is Monero. And if anyone would like a little tutorial video on what cryptocurrency is and what mining is, and etc., just let me know. I don't want to get into that here because this video is really about the power supply and what it's capable of doing. We just had this card under load, and it was just under load, and the fans were just stopped. And surprisingly, just the one card really does not make this 1200 watt power supply breathe hard at all. As you can see, that fan is not even spinning. And let me see if this power supply has the setting to make it. Whoop. I just saw the fans on the video card spin up, and the reason they've spun up is because it grabbed another set of numbers from the mining pool. So now we can see that in fact the card is under a load and is doing mathematical operations at this point. Still, the power supply fan is not even spinning, which for a system like this is quite impressive. I have to say I'm very impressed with this. I've never had a chance to monitor these power supplies when they're open. Normally you can't even see this side of it because the power supply is in a case, and you either have to look up at the power supply if the power supply is mounted at the top of the case, or you have to actually look through the bottom, because on some cases the power supply mounts on the bottom and you can't even see what this fan is doing. So the fact that it's not even spinning up is pretty impressive. The fan is thermostatically controlled, so it'll only spin up if we need the fan to spin up. When we add more video cards to the mix, we should see some more action out of this fan. That will come in time. The next step for this thing is I actually have to somewhat break this. I have to actually somewhat break this back down, and then when we next see the next part of the power supply review video, we will be building the frame that all this will permanently mount to, and we will be getting everything all installed in its final permanent configuration. And as you can see, once again, the fans just spun up on the video card, so we're back under load. And the power supply is still not even breathing hard. That's quite impressive. We'll see what happens when we get multiple cards involved. 4 cards, 6 cards, 8 cards, which the maximum this power supply is supposed to be capable of handling is 8. Like I said in the last segment, we're going to push it to the limit. We're going to push it until we can't push it anymore. And when we get there, I'll explain how we see what the power supply's load status is and how much power we're drawing, and all those other nice little pieces of information. I will see everyone in the next video. Probably won't be the frame building video, but there will be a video sometime this coming week. I'll see everyone soon. Bye-bye. I just realized after I shut the camera off that I wanted to discuss the actual rate of load that's on the card, and I forgot to go over that, so I'm going to go over it now. I'm located on the page that shows the statistics for my miner, and we've got the load numbers up here, and you can see that there's a number on the top in hashes a second, and there's a number on the bottom in hashes a second, and the number on the top is my first miner, which only has one video card in it, and that particular motherboard can only support one card. That's currently running at 449 hashes a second, and the second one, which is the one that you just saw on camera, is currently running at 437 hashes a second. These numbers increase as more video cards are added to the mix. I'm going to try to get as many video cards in the crypto miner as I can, so we can push the power supply to its absolute limit. That particular motherboard can support up to 13 video cards with the correct hardware. Now that I've gone over the load numbers, that'll be the end of this video. I'll see everyone soon. Bye-bye.